All right, everyone, we should be live. Let's make sure that's actually the case over on Rumble, of course, where over 400 people are currently waiting. I should probably mute that. Yes, Kitty, you can come up if you want to. Come on. Come on. Show everyone how cute you are. Come on. The cat is trying to jump up here. She's got her paw. Oh, come on, cute kitty. No? Okay. Well, that's okay. Anyways, we have to talk about the the debate, the Trump-Biden debate. No, it wasn't really a debate, but we'll talk about it anyway. And also, I wanted to just vent a little bit about ginger and garlic being put in literally everything that everyone drinks. And oh, Jesus. I'm going to do, there we go. I'm going to do me bloody best with the regards to the debate. If you can call it a debate, it wasn't really a debate at all. It was more like Trump clubbing a baby seal or something like that. Oh, it was terrible. I watched it, to be clear. I watched the entire thing, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't do a live reaction to it. But God, it was a massacre. It was terrible. Biden was completely gobstopped, actually, in this debate, and so we'll be talking about that. And just a sec. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the debate, and then talking about putting ginger and garlic in literally everything. Just a second here. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm not fully prepared right now, but neither was Biden. So, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really make a difference. Don't worry. We will be talking about our sponsors as well. This is Mike Clank, everybody. I've seen your swing. I know your swing. Let's not act like children, Joe, and hope everyone's enemies die alone, afraid, and in pain. And Trip Boom, what a bloodbath debate, lol. Yeah, oh no, that's the only thing that we're talking about today. Oh my God. I don't even know how to proceed, actually, talking about the debate. It was just so bad. It was so terrible for Joe Biden. There is literally no outlet, CNN, MSNBC, none of them are defending him. They're not even bothering to circle wagons at the moment. He did that poorly. Oh God. If you haven't seen it, you probably need to. I'm kind of upset that I didn't live react to it, actually. Stan Theon and only presidential bum fights. Yeah, well, there was only one bum in the fight, Ozzy's robots. TGIF, Biden's brain. Yeah, rip Biden's brain. Exactly. Oh, he melted down completely. This was the worst performance that he has ever had as the president of the United States. Monster Man 27 sent $9.99, but he didn't send a comment. Thank you very much. Muddy Drip 6665. The debate was epic. Also, Tractor Supply, I saw that, by the way, is pulling back all of its DEI practices and policies in a statement to its customers. Big win for us. John Smith, can you mod me for $2? No, I will never have a moderator on chat. My apologies. I would trust you, but I don't believe in moderating chat at all. Just a sec. Nick Ray 47. Hey Sticks, glad to catch you live again. I know how much you hate ad-related stuff, so might want to talk to Rumble about how we get at least 2 ads before seeing you on Rumble. I was not aware of this. My apologies. I'll try to talk to them. This is Mike. Jill helping him down 5 small steps at the end was an embarrassment. This was the literally worst appearance that Joe Biden has ever made in public. And it came at just the worst time, too. The fucking debate. Donald Trump completely owned him. He bodied him. He crushed him. There's no other way to put it. Joe Biden was completely manhandled from stem to stern, from start to finish. Joe Biden had no clue what the fuck he was doing. And I expected something different. I expected that Joe Biden would be amped up. He'd be on benzos or something like that. And that Donald Trump would be, reasonably incoherent, because sometimes he is. That didn't happen. No. It was a D- performance from Biden, just shy of literally destroying his presidential career. Probably will destroy it, but my God, I've never seen a worse. I've watched every debate since the Clinton era. So you've got the Clintons, you've got Clinton v. Whatever the fuck his name was. Then you've got Clinton 2000. You've got Obama. You've got Bush, W. You've even got Herbert Walker. I've never seen a debate performance that was this bad in all of my times. It's just inexplicable. I'm almost at a loss. If I seem like I'm at a loss, it's because I really am. I can't think of any other contemporary resource that I could refer to that would be that bad. It was that bad. It was terrible. His debate performance was inexplicably bad. It's just fucking terrible. I'm going to do the best that I can to talk about the debate. Not a banned account. Biden took Trump's lies out behind the woodshed. Yeah, CNN tried to fact check him. They've got their front page up right now. But they didn't bother to try to fact check him, at least at that level. They didn't even bother to do that during the debate. It was that bad. Deadly Raver. Does anyone have a Biden blue screen count? Dude crashed more than all of NASCAR in a season. Worst of all, that blank stare. No aviators, Jack. Oh, God. It was fucking terrible. Not a banned account. Trump lied so much, no need to release footage. Yeah, no. Don't go back and watch the debate, Oh my God. I mean, my left sinus is inflamed right now. I couldn't go live because it would have been at like 3 a.m. or something like that. I'm telling you, this was the worst debate performance that I've ever seen in my entire life. Bar none. I mean, George W. did better. Ego Mayhem. The entire legacy media suddenly talking about replacing Joe is making me nervous. Yeah, no, it's making me nervous too. The Humping Bear. Afternoon Sticks from the UK. Hohat. Maybe a breakdown at how well each performed to a given area. Answers to questions, sledging, shit talking the other, etc. You didn't have a lot of shit talking because you had the debate moderators were able to mute the microphones, so you didn't really get any of that. Oh my God, Joe Biden did so poorly. Oof, it's oh, thank you, Kitty. Look at this, by the way. What I have to deal with. No, Joe Biden absolutely failed in every way, shape, and form. Swamp Donkey, they will 100% replace Biden. Also sick of those who love Israel more thing they do. Not only that, they talk about all they do for every ethnicity. What about white Americans? What will you do for them? Yeah, Donald Trump will give them tax relief. That's the whole thing. I mean, he knocked it out of the park. By the way, it wasn't just Joe Biden being shitty at the debate. It was also Donald Trump showing up and being really well prepared. He was well prepared. He knocked it out of the park. He, just a second. Yeah, Teresa's got a good point. I actually felt really bad for Joe. And then he made his mommy lead him off stage. She made him take the stairs. Yeah, at the end of this debate, I felt bad for Joe too. I know that it's not good to feel bad for a war criminal and somebody who is killing millions of people, but by God, I had no choice. I had to feel bad for him. And he did that thing. He did the amphetamine stare, but without the amphetamines too, somehow. Instasax, breaking news. An explosion in the California Capitol. 2 injured and dozens annoyed when Gavin Newsom's phone literally explodes after the debate. I have a feeling that's shenanigans. Low Church Crusader, what's your thoughts on Turning Point USA? Thanks. TP USA is pretty cool. Mr. T Joy too. When Joe kept looking off to the left, I thought someone was talking to him through his hearing aid. Yeah, that was the other thing. One of the worst things about this debate was not actually what Joe Biden said. It was, in the absence of saying anything, he was simply looking at Donald Trump, but the optics were really, really poor. He kept doing. He looked like that the entire time. For 90 minutes, we got him looking like he was, not on drugs. That was the whole problem. I don't even understand it. How can his handlers not have amped him up before the fucking live stream? It doesn't even make sense. I don't know. Will Gooding, Sticks, if you like the Townsends and Max Miller, you should also definitely check out Cowboy Kent Rollins. He has an awesome recipe for chicken fricassee, pronounced fricassee, with lots of nutmeg and mace. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Mark Guidetti, very cowardly to not boot spammers from chat. I refuse to boot anyone from chat, Mark. I'm sorry. Ozzy's Robot. CNN has been neutral on some things for a while. Taking down Biden has been telegraphed by the establishment. They threw Joe out there intentionally to fail. Did you hear when Trump called him Brandon? Yeah, no, there were some great moments in this. Trump called him Brandon. He, at one point, actually at like 2 or 3 points, said he didn't understand what the fuck was going on, like what Biden was even saying. I almost said Brandon myself. He didn't even know what was going on. And I can sympathize, because there were times when I didn't exactly know what was being said either. I didn't exactly know what Joe Biden was saying in any way, shape, or form. And there was more than that, but Jesus Christ. Watch this debate. It's self-evident. Jesus Christ, I've never seen such a spectacle in my entire lifetime. I saw Herbert Walker Bush debate. I saw Clinton debate. I saw Al Gore debate. Jesus. I don't even, half the time I don't even know what to say. It's crazy. CNN, by the way, actually did a fairly good job. Just to be clear. I kind of wish that I had live reacted to it, but looking at the actual debate thereafter, and I watched the whole thing, it was basically Joe Biden not knowing exactly where he was, not knowing often what he was talking about, and Donald Trump just being smug. He was just laughing about the whole thing. Why did you let him on stage? It doesn't even make sense. Alan Smithy, Biden kept making faces like when you make a noise that a toddler doesn't recognize. Yeah, and that was the problem. Monster Man 27, all the Dems turning on Biden so fast. What a disaster for the Biden team. Lol. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure exactly why they allowed him to do this live debate. I don't even know. Agamemnon Fireman. Morning, Sticks. Hope you're doing well. I caught Razorfist streaming for vengeance, and holy moly, even with CNN damage control, they're not even bothering to do damage control for the most part. They couldn't stop Trump. Lol. Will anyone replace Biden? Media is panicking. Oh, look at RCP right now. Yeah, they're definitely panicking. They're not going to be able to replace him, though. There's nothing they can do. Unfortunately, they're stuck with Joe Biden. And I mean, God, he's better than the alternatives. He's better than Kamala Harris. He's better than Gavin Newsom. He's from California, so he doesn't bring anything to the table. There's literally nothing that they can do. By the way, there's 4,000 people watching just on YouTube and almost 2,000 on Rumble right now. I'm just going to be ranting about this the entire time because it confuses me. It flummoxes me as to why they thought it was a good idea to actually have Joe Biden go in front of Donald Trump. Donald Trump was in prime form. Joe Biden was definitely not in prime form. He really, really lost the plot. He really, really flubbed it. Like, we're talking, I realize that I'm a Trump fan. And so some people will not take my analysis seriously because, you know, I'm a Trump fan. But my God, he really, really blew it in the biggest way possible. And holy shit. It's almost funny. Okay, so you've got a quip by Donald Trump, for example, as one part of the debate. Biden is asked about, J6. And he says, well, you know, they're anti-democracy and stuff like that. Donald Trump followed up in the most glorious way he possibly fucking could. He says, well, you know, on J6, we had low inflation. On J6, we had low unemployment. On J6, we weren't at war with a bunch of people. Yeah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He went on and on about this for, 2 minutes. It was masterful. The way that he took Biden down was utterly masterful. It was the best thing that I've ever seen in modern electoral politics. Now, Donald Trump is not necessarily the best public speaker that you could hope for. And Joe Biden is not a bad public speaker. The thing is, other than his dementia, he's actually pretty good at public speaking. Oh, God, he couldn't keep up. Not even close. It was like, holy shit. I was surprised that CNN didn't use the edit button. Ozzy's Robots, Trump, while good, whiffed on a few layup questions. He did. But he really, when he hit the mark, admittedly, he really hit the mark. David Green, feel bad? Not a fucking chance. Pedo Joe earned it. Yeah, no, it's hard to feel bad for him. Nick Gelman, this was so bad for Biden. There's no way they let Biden debate again. They might whiff the September debate. I do agree with you. They might bounce that one. They're going to try and swap him out. The libs are quite entertaining right now. Oh, God, look at the Krasensteins at the moment. Oh, Jesus. Bruce Lombardo of Dick's Division. So we can agree that he was capable of debate. Then he should be held accountable for his misdeeds. Between a diary, a laptop, a daughter, and a granddaughter, I think there's enough to send him to Leavenworth. That'll never happen, sadly. Chris Whalen, CPA. Hey, Chris. Remember, the Trump tax cuts are expiring in 2025. 30% tax inflation for the middle class if they are not renewed. Democrat president will not extend them. Exactly. And that affects me personally. And so I fully agree with you. We need to reelect Trump. That'll probably be a little bit less difficult after this particular debate. I watched the whole thing. I watched it verbatim. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck am I even watching? Jesus H. Christ. Let's see, just a sec. Enemy cat, clanking this morning, wondering how anyone can believe with this dementia patient is leading the country. No, yeah, the thing is, keep this in mind. I did this in the 2016 election. Look at the two candidates, Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Which one seemed presidential? It was Donald Trump. It wasn't Joe Biden. And that's a tell for the election. I have a feeling that Joe Biden will lose. Nick Ray 47, despite my hatred for Biden and loving Trump throughout the debate, I truly felt sorry for Biden. I mean, I did too. What the establishment has made the man go through is truly telling of how evil they are. Yeah, I know, they're even worse than him. This is Mike. Normally, I would have turned off CNN as soon as it ended, but their meltdown was worth staying for. Oh, yeah. Look at the front page of CNN.com right now, if you don't believe us. Swamp Donkey. Also, the debate favored Trump because it let Biden simply talk. He should have let Biden have a little more time just to get him bumbling again. I actually agree with that. Ironically, the format favored Donald Trump. You know, with having the mics muted and stuff like that, it actually helped him. He couldn't go off the rails, but Joe Biden did. The Nerd Wire. Biden was told to do the same old Dem shtick, lie about the facts, pretend to care about the poor and the minorities, accuse Trump of lying. They know it ain't working anymore, so much panic. Yeah, they've got problems. And Trump should have brought up the big guys 10% they lied about straight to our faces. Yeah, he should have done more with the Hunter Biden laptop, but he did the best that he could. You've got to realize he only had 2 minutes to respond to each question. Wore out dad. DISA Global Solutions is ruining thousands of refinery and chemical plant workers' lives through false positive drug tests. They have been sued many times and always win. Thanks, Sticks. Well, there's a little bit of a shout out. The Nerd Wire. Crooked Joe drinking game. You do not want to play a drinking game with Crooked Joe. Take a shot every time he explains everything using 1, 2, and 3. And anytime Joey doesn't blink, you'd be hammered in the first 30 minutes. Yeah, you don't want to do that. I do not want my subscribers to die of alcohol poisoning. Mexican Trumper. I told my sis-in-law I will not visit nor attend her son's wedding because I will not socialize with fascist Democrats. Is it too harsh? Attend the wedding. Come on. This is Mike. Do not feel bad for this man. Showering with his 11-year-old daughter. Sniffing and fondling women and children. Not wanting his kids to ride the bus with black folks. Schadenfreude. Yeah. No, but his daughter and, other people around him shouldn't suffer. Bystander syndrome. Old and off-topic question. Do you know about the Sonishu medallions made by Chris Chan, and could they actually be demonically cursed? Apparently, if you wear one, you're stricken by misfortune. Well, I think Brittany Venti wore one at one point. She seems to be doing fine. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, Chris Chan may have done some dark magic or something like that. Howie Brown, MSNBC talked about Trump's 30 lies this morning. Charlottesville, nice people on both sides. Dead soldiers are losers. It's a huge coping session going on MSNBC. Yeah, they are coping 100%. Again, this particular debate was so lopsidedly terrible for Joe Biden. I mean, CNN's audience, they took a poll right after it happened. 67% in favor of Donald Trump. That's CNN's audience. This is not Trump fans or Republicans or anything like that. This is CNN's audience. They're lopsidedly liberals, and even they overwhelmingly agreed that Donald Trump had won. Inexplicable. Absolutely inexplicable. When you get to that point, could you ever believe that in 2016, for example, between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, you would ever have like a 67% gap or something like that? Oh, you never would have gotten that. Not even close. maybe you would have gotten like 55-45 or something like that. That's about as close as you would have gotten. Harrison Bergeron. Biden was at one point actually admitted that Ukraine was about keeping the weapons industry working. Well, yeah, that's not exactly a... I thank you for that. Ham, thanks for the content. What other things do you think Trump should have brought up in the debate? Think he should have brought up the bag of Coke found in the White House. I do agree with that. And Panetta's past statements of Biden's foreign policy. Foreign policy, unfortunately, a lot of Americans don't really care about it, but the Coke bag probably would have been a good idea, yeah. Ozzy's Robots. The fact CNN didn't hammer Trump on all the lawfare crap, Charlottesville, and other hoaxes shows they understand the public knows it's all BS. Yeah, there was nothing to fact check him on. That's the whole point. Sunshine Girl. Performance was sad, yes. However, Biden's arrogance made him sell his soul to Obama to be president. His humiliation is of his own making. What do fuck? Breaking news. Trump charged under Georgia law with murdering a corpse on live TV. Lol. Your mom was a hamster. It was bad enough he took a week off his duties as POTUS to prep for this, and this is the result. Yeah, I mean, you'd think he would have done better. They didn't prep him properly. Not even close. Pepe Payne. Can't switch him out? Really? Clinton over Bernie at the convention? Come on, man. We still think that they play by the rules after all the rules they've already broke? Be realistic, my friend. Iseni 2103 Sticks. Perhaps that was Biden being amped up. Yeah, I mean, if that was him on benzos, then there's clearly a problem. RJ, where do Dems go from here? Apparently to hell, I suppose. I think they're literally going to hell. You've got to understand, after that performance, you've got one more debate to go. You can't expect it to be better. What are they supposed to do? I don't know. Matthew Crockford, hey Sticks, how's the Netherlands and hay fever? Mercedes okay? Yeah, the car is okay, although it has some problems. Actually, there's somebody coming over later. My left sinus is still inflamed. My right sinus is fine. Gerald Armstrong, we have dysfunction in the DNC for president at the convention in Chicago. Coincidence? No, the convention's going to be a shit show. I can't wait to live react to that. Wow, archaeological tip for you. A 3,300-year-old ship with tons of storage vessels was found near Israel's coasts. The very first to be found at such a great distance with no line of sight to any landmass. That sounds cool. Do they have any wine aboard? I would like that. Sparky, greetings, fearless leader. Greetings to you as well. Jason Rice at 99 cents. No comment. Thank you very much. Ozzy's Robots. Any chance the Dems slide JFK Jr. into a VP slot? They can't do that because he's not running as a Democrat at the moment. BW, how much do you think Assange will help Joe? After the debate performance, exactly 0. Jesus. It was really that bad. If you haven't watched it, oh my fucking God. Chad Scott, as Scott Adams said, Biden is actively decomposing. Yeah, I think that he is. Sparky, Newsom and Kushner, 24. Matt G. Hammond, I think it's cursed what I heard about Brittany Venti's marriage being called off or ending is true and she's moving back to New York. I don't know. I like Brittany Venti. She's got good content. She's a good person. Anyways, let's get to our sponsors really quickly before we continue just ranting about this fucking debate. There's nothing else to talk about. That and, putting ginger and garlic and everything because it's just so fucking crazy. We have cultivatedmind.com. That is cultivated, #mind.com. They are now a sponsor of the show, giving me some money. They've got those mushroom pills, and I don't know exactly how they work, but it's reishi, shaga, and one other, I think, that's in those pills. And they really do give you energy. They really do feel good when you take them. It's not psychedelic or anything like that. It's not a drug. But damn, yeah, it'll definitely amp you up. You know, Joe Biden should use some of those. So cultivated, #mind.com. Pumpkinfirecrafts.us, where you can get some keychains, belt chains. You can get some engraved spoons and also amulets. Those are really, really important because amulets are great. And so cultivated mind, fucking pumpkinfirecrafts.us. By the way, use code STICKS on both of these sites. BiltongUSA.com. Use code STICKS there as well for free shipping. Also, AntonsUSA.com. They've got kangaroo biltong now actually available. And I literally can't wait to try it because it sounds fucking hilarious. WickedNeedleEmbroidery.BigCartel.com, where you can get Sticks, Hex, and Hammer hats with the offset Ouroboros or the central Ouroboros. Various colors available. And cats, please stop whipping me in the face. HeritageHeirloomSeedCompany.com as well. You can get a seed survival bucket. You can also get Sticks, Hex, and Hammer soap, cedar, and blueberry, actually. And you can get all sorts of good soap from them. You can get additional soaps as well. They've got one called, if I remember correctly, Obsession in the Sticks, Hex, and Hammer survival bucket. That one was good too, actually. I like the Sticks, Hex, and Hammer soap the best because it's got the cedar and stuff. But you can get the Obsession as well. And they've got other toiletries available. Websterswears.com/sticks-wares. Yes, you can get Trump paraphernalia. You can get Sticks paraphernalia. Yeah, you can get pretty much whatever you want. There's also survival stuff there as well if you should want it. Jamandbean.com. That is JAMNbean.com, where you can get, sorry, kitty. You can get some coffee. You can get tea as well. And I had to have some this morning, actually. I was in need. I didn't have any energy drinks. Thankfully, I had some Jam and Bean. And use the Costa Rica blend. That's definitely the one that I would recommend the most of all of them. mtpew.com. That is mtpew.com, where you can get ammunition. Yeah, if you want to shoot something, preferably not a person unless they deserve it. You can get pistol and rifle ammunition, 5.56, 223, 9mm, 40 Smith & Wesson, 45 ACP, and much, much more available there at mtpew.com. And then finally, thebrickmuseum.com, where you can go to Blair, Ohio. And I need to get my ass over there, and you can see plenty of Legos. That's what I'm talking about. I had to shout out the merch partners. I'm sorry. It's a good thing. I love all of my partners. I endorse them all. I mean, look at it. We've got mushroom pills. We've got ammunition. We've got Trump flags and stuff. We've got Legos. I can't, and coffee and tea and stuff like that. What the hell would we possibly be missing? I've got the best merch partners and sponsors in the entire world. Let's see. Newsom, Krishna. Oh, I read that one out. Redneck Coder should be the 25th section for him now to put Jill in a situation where she has to have him withdraw. No, Biden will not be withdrawing. He will be the Democratic Party candidate, which is both good and bad for him, by the way. Mopey Hornet, I like how Trump's closing speech was about America and Biden's was about lead pipes. Yeah, God damn. I mean, I'm going to watch it again later. Just watch their closing speeches with regards to the debate. It's like night and day. It's inexplicable. I've never seen something like this. It's fucking crazy. Matthew Crockford. Hey, Sticks, do you think Assange will be JFK'd? At the very least, he has a few days in the sun. Let's put it that way. Zachary Piazza. I found it odd Biden didn't take credit for Assange. Maybe his release wasn't just a political stunt. Yeah, it was weird. You would think that Joe Biden would come out and say, well, come on, man, I freed Julian Assange. But he didn't take credit for it. He didn't say anything about it, actually, in the end. That was actually weird. I mean, you're not wrong. It was strange. Let's see. Let's see. Bystander syndrome. Don't feel bad for Joe. That's their grift. His handlers had him use tail whip, feign attack, and poor old man in order to lower your special defense stat. Don't fall for it. Strike hard, no mercy. Agreed. BW. How much do you think Assange will help Joe? Not at all. He didn't bring him up during the debate. Matt G. Hammond. I think it's cursed if what I heard about Brittany Venti's marriage being called off or ending is true and she's moving back to New York. Oh, if that's true, then I feel sorry for her. Brittany Venti is a nice person. I've talked to her sometimes, you know. I didn't know that she was getting married, actually. King of Biltong, good morning from Anton's Meat and Eat. Free shipping with code STICKS for your biltong on biltongusa.com and antonsusa.com. 7,400 potatoes equals 1 cow's calories. Biltong, the vaccine against veganism. Clank. Yeah, no, definitely eat some biltong. Cam2425IA. Trump should have said, you have cocaine and men with fake tits in the White House lawn. Not mention cross-dressing employees stealing luggage. Yeah, Sam there. He's a fan of roll-ons. Andrus Zoid, do you think they'll RFK Biden at the Dem convention? No, I don't think that they will. Fuse32, greetings, Supreme Leader. Greetings to you as well. Klaus Devil, Netipot? I don't know what that refers to. Nick Ray, Blair, Ohio. I'm a fellow Ohioan myself. You definitely should visit. We could use a fellow flanker. Only if you promise to show up when I visit the Lego Museum. It'd be fun to have a meet and greet or something like that. BW, as much as I miss Trump's more fun and energetic performance, he was able to get more, said the calm way, and he curb stomped old Joe. He fucking destroyed him. Yeah. And RJ, it's the bottom of the 7th. Biden was shelled. Call has been made to bullpen. Hillary and Gavin are moving around. Yeah, there are some people that believe that Hillary Clinton is going to replace him. I don't think so. No, I think it'll still be Joe Biden, but god damn, after that curb stomping, it's going to be really hard for him to win. It's going to be really difficult for him. Just to be clear, for anyone that is just tuning in, Joe Biden got utterly and completely destroyed at the debate. You do not have to be a Donald Trump fan to understand he really had a tough night. He really had a tough night. As in, like, he had a 0 out of 10 performance or something like that. I watched Dark Harbor last night. I did that instead of watching the debate. Me and Liz watched Dark Harbor. That's with Alan Rickman and a really, really young Norman Reedus. And it's sort of an atmospheric movie. At this point, I'm just mouthing off. And it's really, really good. If you haven't watched Dark Harbor, go and watch it. I won't give any spoilers. Just if you want a dark atmospheric movie, watch that one. Is it a little bit gay? Maybe, possibly. Is it really good? Oh, fuck yeah. I don't understand why the audience didn't like it as much as I did. Nick Ray, I promise to show up to the Brick Mansion if you come up. Also, it auto-corrected me to flanker. I meant clanker. I'll come to Blair, Ohio. Don't worry. I'll do that. Alan Rickman is a fucking god when it comes to fucking acting. Norman Reedus is too. And he was like, what, like 20, 21 or something in Dark Harbor? God, I almost want to watch it again tonight. But yeah, we are mainly. Let me get to the second topic really quickly. Can I please say something? Can you Europeans stop putting ginger and garlic in literally everything that you make? Because let me bitch for a moment. I like smoothies. I really like them. I get them at the Jumbo. I get them at the Albert Heijn. I get them at Aldi's, etc. Why do you always put ginger in them? Especially the ones with the beet and stuff like that. Like you should be sweetening them up at least a little bit or something like that. But you never do. You put ginger in it, and then everything else has garlic in it. Like I've had guacamole, and I was trained in making guacamole from actual Mexicans. So people who are actually from Mexico taught me how to make guacamole. And I make an excellent guacamole. Every single one of you would fucking love it. You're not supposed to put that much garlic in the fucking guacamole. They'll put like 5 or 6 cloves worth in it or something like that. It doesn't even make any sense. I'm sorry, European people, but you don't know how to make guacamole. I just really wanted to rant about that briefly. A little bit of garlic goes in guac, but a small amount, like maybe half a clove or something like that. You roast it off, so there's not too much of the actual garlic flavor, and then you put it in. Mostly it's just, liquefied avocado. That's pretty much the only thing that you need in it. But they put so many cloves of garlic in it that you can't taste anything else. It's terrible. I'm telling you, if you come to the Netherlands, don't bother buying guacamole, just to be clear. Ginger and garlic are good for you, says I Am the Resistance. Good for you and tasty can be mutually exclusive. Just saying. This is Mike. Your right index finger is always orange, like you wake up and eat Cheetos. That's my fantasy. Yeah. They're not orange. What are you talking about? Yes, guacamole is salty baby poop. Guac, ripe avocados, white onion, jalapeno, tomato, cilantro, fresh lime, and salt. That's basically, I would agree with that. That's basically the recipe. Guac tip, very little garlic and the chopped onions get soaked in the lime juice before you add to the guac. That works too. Also, you got to keep it from oxidizing. And so when you mix up the guacamole, the problem is that the avocado will oxidize and turn brown really quickly. So you have to seal it with plastic or something like that. King of Biltong, apologies, making sausage. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Also breakfast for the family. Listening, but cannot really chat today. Clank to everyone. Happy Friday. Yeah, if you want to put garlic in the guacamole, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you can't overload it. And for some reason, Europeans appear to believe that you need, I don't know, fucking half a bulb of garlic or something chopped up in the guacamole. They think that's what Mexicans eat or something like that. It doesn't even make sense. It's to the point where it's so spicy that it bites. It literally gives you a bite of garlic, and it's not supposed to do that. A little bit is perfectly fine, but mainly it's supposed to be basically avocado mash with a little bit of salt and certain herbs and spices. This is Mike. Maybe it's the contrast on my TV. Just like salt, pepper, and cumin. Yeah. Fireburn. What is guacamole? Guacamole is a dish that's mainly used for dip, and it's avocado based. And you can put all sorts of things in it. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do it. But Europeans, for some reason, believe that you need to have a shit ton of garlic in it. And you're not supposed to have a shit ton of garlic in it. That's not the right way to do it. Salt, pepper, a few herbs and spices. You can also add tomatoes to it, and you should. But you don't really need anything else. All it is basically like, I don't know, it's liquefied avocado, basically. That's the way I had it down in Texas. Saxon Violets, I work for a Mexican place. Red onion, yes. Red onion, that is definitely, you need that. Yes, only a small amount of chopped garlic. Plenty of lime and salt. Lime is good. Some jalapeno, and yes, soak that before adding the avocados. You are totally right, at least in my opinion. Garlic goes dancing well with avocado. I know that garlic and avocado taste good together. It's just that, I mean, if you have one clove of garlic or something like that, it's perfectly fine. You wouldn't believe the amount of garlic that they add here. It's phantasmagoric. It's like watching Joe Biden debate in the presidential debate. It's about that fucked up. The Nerd Wire, raw onions, and don't forget the limes. Yes, lime is required. I understand that. Again, I learned from actual Mexicans how to make guacamole. It's not hard. I mean, it takes like 5 minutes or something like that. I don't understand it, though. They add an enormous amount of garlic in this country. I don't get it at all. Mexican Trumper is a guac purist. That's the way it should be. Yeah. There are some things that do not need to be toyed with. There are certain recipes where there's not as much wiggle room. When you're doing like a soup, like a veggie soup or something like that, there's always wiggle room, right? You know, some people like it a little bit more thick. Some people like it a little bit more thin, a little bit more or a little bit less tomato or something like that. It's perfectly fine. With guacamole, there's not a lot of wiggle room. It's either good or it's bad. What's not to understand, Sticks? They're Europeans. Oh, the Dutch have excellent food. No, some of their foods here are exquisite. You try the croquette in this country, or you know, the bitterballen or something like that. Anything that is fried with mustard, fried fish, anything seafood, by the way. The Dutch do it really, really well. It's exquisite and amazing. But they do not know how to make guacamole. I'm sorry. If I want guacamole, I'm not getting it in this country. I tried it. I told my dad, by the way. He makes a good guacamole. Mine is better than his, but he makes a decent guacamole. And I told him, I said, you know, I had guacamole over in the Netherlands, and they put a shit ton of garlic in it. He couldn't understand what the fuck I was talking about. Let's see. This is Mike. Maybe it's the contrast of my TV. I think I already did that. The Nerd Wire raw onions. Yes. BW. It comes from a fear of vampires. Lol. Sticks goes woke and does the rainbows. Lol. Rainboros. Reaper 80. And add a bit of sour cream to the guac to make it a bit creamy. You won't regret it. You can do that. Yes, that's acceptable. I've actually got sour cream in the fridge right now, but it's not for guacamole, though. It's for making an onion dip. I'm going to put some onion powder and some fenugreek. By the way, if you want to know my recipe for sour cream and onion dip, take sour cream. I mean, it's literally just sour cream. Add just a couple of dashes of fenugreek to it before you add the onion and the salt. And mix it all together. And that will really kick it to the next level. The fenugreek really goes well with it. Bystander syndrome. If Brittany Venti actually wore the Sonichu medallion, I highly recommend Styx to maybe send her like a good luck charm or curse warding item, exorcism kit maybe. Just a second, because I believe my wife is at the door. No, actually, that was the next door neighbor. And the mail in this country is a little bit weird. And sometimes you take a package for the person next door, basically. It doesn't really make sense. And it's not exactly secure. It's like, oh, yeah, I got a $5,000 package. I just bought a bunch of gold. The neighbor happens to have it or something like that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, yeah. Yeah, talk about food in the chat. Styx is true Dark Lord and Master beckons him. No, that was just the neighbor grabbing his package. After 5 days, by the way. Tikka masala, I like that. I can make tikka masala. Here are the dishes that I can make. I can make tomato basil. I can make a grilled cheese caprese, and I mean a good one, like with the basil and stuff like that. I can make a cream of mushroom. I can definitely make stew. I can make chili, and I make a really, really good chili. It's triple bean and stuff like that. I can make steaks. In fact, I've got a steak in the fridge right now, and I've got to soak it overnight because I'm probably going to eat that tomorrow. And it's a different cut. I don't exactly remember which cut it is, but it looks kind of like a flat iron, but it's not a flat iron. I'm not exactly sure. I love cumin. I like cumin and I like basil. Those are my two favorites. Mainly, I can make soups. I can also make a really, really good cottage pie. It depends on the weather. I believe in catering food depending on the weather. So in hot weather, the things that you eat are different from what you eat, in colder weather. I also make good hot dogs. One of the things that you have to do with hot dogs, you must boil them to get some of the salt out of them before you do the grilling. Otherwise, they're going to be too salty, especially if you add ketchup like I do. So you grill them first, and then you put like the chili and the goat cheese and the ketchup and the mustard or whatever the hell you want on afterwards, and it makes it much better. I like kooks and sour cream with dill in the summer, says It's Me Again, Sigh. I agree with you. Minus the cucumbers, of course. Nick Ray, are there any foods you like better reheated than when they are made? Lasagna, actually. What's this about Brittany Venti, though? She literally she's going through... Actually, it was... People keep talking about Brittany Venti. Did she literally go through a breakup? Who the fuck is going to break up with Brittany Venti? Just saying. I mean, Magu-chan is cursing her. Yes, Ubuk. Yes, pizza is much better the next day. You let it dry out a little bit, and then you can reheat it, or you can eat it. You can eat it cold. If Chris Chan is trying to summon demons, then I will destroy him myself. There are plenty of people out there that will help me. No, Bubba Kahuna, I'm sorry. I think that Brittany Venti seems sweet, actually. She doesn't seem like a hard person to live with. She seems very tolerant, actually. Did she really go through a breakup or something like that? At this point, I'm just mouthing off. I could stream for like 5 hours if I wanted to. Cold pizza and coffee in the morning. There's nothing wrong with that. One thing that I've learned, here's a trick, here's a tip. If you get like a pizza like Domino's or something like that, get extra sauce because that will liquefy and it will make the pizza more humid. And so when you have it in the morning, it'll be less dry. This is a life hack from Sticks, X, and Hammer, by the way. No, please don't. No, this is my. Please don't dunk cold pizza in the coffee. Please don't do that. Oh my God. I mean, you could. You can put coffee in chili. That's tomatoey. I mean, I guess you can do that if you want to. Anyways, we're going to talk briefly about the Trump-Biden debate really quickly. And Venti was married 3 years to Cecil Says. I didn't know that. Anyways, Joe Biden got completely destroyed, as in completely flabbergasted, totally destroyed. 0 out of 10 performance from Joe Biden. There is no redeeming quality to anything that he said, to anything that he did. And if you watch the video, all you have to do is watch it. You can watch it on CNN right now. He's completely incredulous too. It's like the amphetamine face minus the amphetamine, if that makes any sense. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Donald Trump several times said that he didn't know what the fuck Joe Biden was saying. He's like, I mean, I would respond to this, but I don't know exactly what he's saying. And I actually had the same problem. I didn't know what he was saying. It wasn't exactly clear at certain points. And now I'm hearing that Brittany Venti is going through, I don't know, a divorce or something like that. This has been a weird fucking day, actually. BW, I was surprised how many times they cut off old Joe and didn't really help him as much. Yeah, no, CNN actually was fairly even-handed. That was the other surprise. They actually did a fairly good job. I dip pizza in soda, says... I'm not even going to read your username because that's so heretical. Oh my God. You dip pizza in soda. No, thank you. Cold pizza and ranch dressing, says Canon G. Acceptable. It's not heretical. I should make up food rules for people, apparently. Some of the things that I see, though, some of the things that people tell me that they eat, I'm like, I mean, it makes me want to do something that I can't even mention on a YouTube live stream because I'd get banned for it. King of Biltong, cooking tip. If you brown your ground beef before you do your onions and spices, you can render your juice and use that for the veg. Makes your dish much less oily. Absolutely. I do that myself. Yeah, if you brown off the meat and then you drip it off, you can use that to cook the vegetables. You don't need to use you don't need to use olive oil or something like that. Cold pizza and ranch might be overkill. I'll accept it. You know, Mods had some BS questions on economy, which contained lies. Sticks, you eat pineapple on pizza. Hashtag angry face. Pineapple on pizza is perfectly fine. Cooking tip, better than bouillon is excellent. I think I've used that before. I have bouillon cubes over there. This is Mike. Sometimes I think it's strange when people act like you can't have two things together, eating them at the same time, even though they might mix together in your stomach several seconds later. Yeah, I know, but I mean, you do have taste buds, so sometimes it matters. Depends. King of Biltong, exactly. But the first thing they always show you is olive oil and onions. Yeah, but I agree with you. If you cook the meat off and you use the drippings from that to cook the onions, I do agree with you. That is absolutely next level. A lot less waste, a lot less cost. It's pretty great, actually. We do that with the pork and beef mix, actually. Anyways, I probably have to let y'all go. While I would like to continue to talk to you about random food stuff and stuff like that. God damn, there's over 8,000 people watching. Pumpkin Fire Crafts. Good morning, all. Sticks glassware now available. Pint glasses, whiskey glasses, yeah, and goblets, glassware, art, and sponsors. Buy two, get one 50% off. No code needed. Will combine with code STICKS for 10% off. Happy Friday. Pumpkin Fire Crafts. You should go there. But yeah, I have to let you all go because, I mean, at some point, I'm going to pass out, basically. I had to get up this morning and watch the entire debate. And when I watched it, I was like, I thought I was having a fucking stroke or something like that. I mean, it's fucking crazy. If you haven't watched it, take a look at it and see what you see. This is Joe Biden at his literal worst. It's Donald Trump, by the way, at his literal best. And Jesus Christ, nobody prepared Joe Biden for this debate. It's quite clear. Nobody gave him any prep work whatsoever. They told him basically, go out there and talk to Donald Trump. Say felon. Say democracy a couple of times. I mean, you'll have it. Don't worry, Joe. You'll be perfectly fine. That's basically the debate prep that he seems to have had. This is Mike. I had a very large teacher in high school that if we got talking about food, you don't have to do work for the rest of the class. That's how your show feels like now. No, sometimes I get hungry. I do have a nice garden salad in the fridge. Anyways, I'm going to let you all go. I'm glad to the over 8,000 people that tuned in live. I will try to be live for the September debate. This one it outperformed expectations. I should probably go live for the next one. I kind of regret not going live for this one, but you got to realize when CNN has a 2-minute delay, it's a little bit questionable. So I'll do the best that I can, but that'll be in a couple of months. So yeah, have fun.